Let's say you just got diagnosed with ADHD, or you just suspect you're a little ADD-ish. You're thinking about hiring a coach. Should you get a regular life coach or should you get an ADHD coach? In this video, I'm going to help you break down what the differences are so that you can make the best decision for you. Now, before we get into it, I should tell you, my name is Karen McGill and I am an ADHD coach. So there's a little bit of a bias there, but not really, because I think that generally coaching is just an amazing investment for anyone that is looking to grow and transform. So let's start with the basics in terms of how both kind of coaches are trained. So a regular life coach and an ADHD life coach, as long as they were both trained by ICF accredited schools, then they have a standard training and skill set and set of ethics that guides their practice. So there is some sort of consistency across the coaching industry where, we are working with clients to execute on their goals in whatever manner works best for them. Now, in addition to the skills we learn as life coaches in ADHD training, and those general skills would be helping clients with limiting beliefs and fears and confidence and follow through. And an ADHD coach also has an additional layer of training around the neuroscience behind ADHD and how it presents. Sometimes that's behavioral, like in terms of emotional regulation and energy regulation, and sometimes it's very tactical and productivity driven, like starting and stopping tasks and not being able to transition well, or getting hyper-focused, or not being able to start something, or losing your attention. All of these things are executive function issues. Now, the interesting thing is that everybody struggles with those executive function issues that I just listed. All of us are like that. But when you have ADHD, the difference is that those sort of things impact your life in a very negative way. So that's why ADHD coaching has really sort of come into its own, because we understand the executive function challenges of ADHDers. Most of us have ADHD, so it's a shared experience, and have those specific tools to help you sort of move through life in a more productive way and use your ADHD to your advantage. Now, does that mean that only ADHDers should only work with ADHD life coaches? Not necessarily. I actually think the best way to pick a life coach or a coach of any kind is to find somebody that you resonate with, that thinks the same way you do and that challenges the way you think. Also, you might be wondering, if I don't have ADHD, should I not work with an ADHD coach? And I don't believe that either. I think if an ADHD coach resonates with you and their style of coaching is something that really works for you and motivates you, then go for it. We're all life coaches, but ADHD coaches have that extra layer of training for folks that struggle with certain executive functions. The next thing I want to talk about, because I get this question a lot, the difference between one-on-one coaching and group coaching. Now, I have coached in groups and one-on-one, and I have been coached in groups and one-on-one. And personally, and this is just my opinion, hands down, the most transformation and the most accelerated transformation always happens in a group format, particularly when you have a group of people that are either headed towards the same transformation or have a like-minded experience. When you're in a group where everybody has a similar experience, you are being coached not only on the struggles that you're dealing with, you're getting coached on all of the struggles of everybody in that group, which are probably similar to your own, but you've articulated it differently. So the power of group coaching is really interesting. Plus, just the energy of having a group of people lifting each other up just accelerates everybody's movement forward that much faster. So I do love group coaching. One-on-one coaching is great when there is a format or a blueprint that you're working towards. So on that note, I hope that those answers have given you a little bit of insight into what the difference between a life coach and an ADHD coach is, and what format would best be suited for you. If you have any other questions about this coaching experience, because I get this a lot, feel free to drop them below and I'd be happy to answer them. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. See you soon.